everybody, here's the video as promised. So hopefully you'll join me and practice a couple of more times a week on top of our classes. So we're going to start with a gentle seated warm-up, warm the spine, getting the spine moving in each direction. We're going to go around 3 rounds of sun salutation A, which again is a really nice warm-up before any yoga practice. Uses every muscle in the body, all the joints. We're going to start with some gentle options followed by some more stronger options, so depending on how you're feeling today. Then followed by 3 rounds of sun salutation B. These are a little bit stronger. Again, really good if you only do that 5-6 rounds. It's a good sequence to follow. Will certainly get the heart rate up. So just by learning these, sun salutation A and B, could be enough for your yoga practice just to fit in 10-15 minutes. And then we're going to do a flowing warrior sequence, followed by some seated postures. And then I'm going to allow you to join me in a few minutes of relaxation. So let's sit nice and grounded through the seat bones, legs crossed, spine nice and tall. Just imagine you're being pulled up through the crown of the head, creating a lovely length through the spine. Draw those shoulders up, back and away. Send the shoulder blades down the back. Just gently lift the palms, placing them onto your knees. Just start to connect with the breath, closing the eyes, and just bring your awareness to this present moment, just to the here and the now, before we progress into our practice. So just a couple of breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to settle through the body. Allow the mind to start to relax. The muscles gently start to soften. Gently open the eyes. Come and lift all the way up through the arms. Reaching all the way up for a nice stretch down the side of ribs. Take a breath in. Exhale, placing the left hand down. Reaching all the way up and over. Allowing the side body to open, the ribs to expand. And bring the hand down, come and lift through the left. Reaching up and over, try and keep that shoulder nicely pushing back so you're not rounding through the spine. And coming all the way back down. Take both arms up. As you exhale, take a twist to the left, opposite hand on opposite knee. Still think about that nice length through the spine, no rounding through the back. Just a gentle thoracic twist, nothing heavy, nothing deep. Swing arms all the way up, back to center. Take your twist the other side. A couple of breaths each side. Coming all the way back to center. Reach the arms up, and as you exhale through the breath, to lace the fingers, lift through the chest. All those shoulder blades together. Lovely. And then just gently start to pivot through the pelvis. Coming all the way down if that feels good. Lift through the arms. Going as far as your body allows you to go, just to open up through the front of those shoulders. On your inhale, just coming all the way back up. Release the hands. Just start to do some big circles through the shoulders. One way. And then back the other. Nice big circles. Getting some movements around those shoulders. And then coming over onto all fours. So coming into our cat-cow, just making sure alignment is right. So nice and stacked through the wrist, elbows, shoulders, knees and hips are stacked, hip width apart. Push the mat away, create space through the shoulder blades. Neck is nice and long. Hug those ribs in, draw the navel into the spine. Inhale as you drop the belly, lift through the hips, chest lifts. Exhale, start to push the spine, nicely rounded, chin to chest. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up again. And as you exhale round through the back, then start to push those hips back towards the heels. Reach forward through the fingertips. Head gently rests on the floor if it will reach. Reaching through the fingers. And then just coming up to kneeling, drawing the hands up towards you. Bring the legs together, tuck those toes under, and we're just going to take a little stretch through the toes and the bottom of the feet. Just taking a few breaths here, keeping the spine nice and tall. Placing the hands on the mat, and just come and roll all the way up to our forward fold. Just start to wiggle through the hips. Bending one knee and then the other, and just find something that feels good in the hips. Lovely. Come back to center, draw the chin to chest, and just start to roll up through the spine. Last thing to lift is your chin. And breathe. Nice and relaxed. Just come to the top of our mat. So standing in our mountain pose, draw those ribs in, draw the tummy into the body. Shoulders loop up, back and down. Just close your eyes and just again start to soften the breath. Just bring your awareness into your mind, into your body. Just forgetting about everything that's gone on throughout the day, if you're practicing with me now and it's the evening. Just preparing the body for the rest of the day, if this is your morning flow. Just open the eyes, take a nice breath in, come and reach up through the arms. Exhale, release down, bend the knees, find your forward fold. Taking a nice gentle bend in the knees, again wiggling through the hips to find some movement that feels good. Coming to a stillness, take a breath in, come and find that nice flat back. Hands on the chins, keep those elbows tucked in. Create length through the spine, so really slide those shoulder blades down the back. Crown of the head is forward, so imagine you can sit a little teacup onto that neck. Exhale, release all the way back down, planting those hands onto the mat. Step your right leg back, followed by the left as we come into plank. So plank is our heart between our hands. Arms are nice and strong, shoulder blades are separated as we push into the mat. We're not too high in the hips or we're not too low. That creates tension in the lower back. So feel a nice length from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Drop the knees. Untuck those toes. Inner elbows are forward as you push the elbows back. Hug the ribs as you lower to the mat. Inhale, coming forward and up to cobra. Exhale, release. Push hands into the mat, tuck the toes under. Come up into all fours first. Then lift the hips as we come back into our downward facing dog. Start to pedal through the feet, really slowly. Toe lifts, heel goes down on opposite feet. Slide those shoulder blades down the back and think about length from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Hips nice and high. And just send your gaze between your hands as you start to walk to the top of your mat. Again, as we find our forward fold. Creating a lovely bend in the knees to connect the thighs to the tummy. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Nice flat back. Arms are nice and lengthened. Shoulder blades are drawing down the back. Exhale back into your forward fold. Head, neck and shoulders are completely relaxed. No tension here at all. Ground through the feet, swing the arms all the way up as we come up to standing. Nicely stretch through the body, hands to prayer. Exhale down the midline. And that's round one, let's go again. Take a breath in, reach up through the arms. Lovely stretch through the body. Exhale, start to fold all the way down to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Hands are nicely planted, nicely grounded into the mat. So really bending the knees as much as you need to get here. Because we need our hands planted into the mat to be able to step back. Right leg followed by the left, plank. Drop the knees, tuck the toes, lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release down, tuck the toes under. Push back into plank. Exhale, back into downward dog. Again, if it feels good to pedal through the knees to create a nice stretch through the calves, do that, or just ground those heels to the mat. Push those shoulders down the back. Just look between the hands, either walk or step one foot, followed by the other, to your top of your mat, to your forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold again. Just taking some time here to feel some release through the shoulders and the neck. Just grabbing the elbows and just swinging from left to right. Release the hands. Come and reach all the way back up. Stretching through the body, lift the gaze if it feels good. Exhale, all the way down to standing. Take another go. Oops, I'm a bit too close to the door. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Release the hands to the mat. Right leg back, followed by the left. Drop the knees or lower all the way. Hug those elbows in. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. So upward dog, the contact to the mat is my hands and the top of my feet. Take a couple of breaths. Tuck those toes under. Push all the way back into downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. Just checking in with our alignment, so fingers are nice and wide. Wrist creases are parallel to the top of the mat. Inner elbows are turning in forward. Shoulder blades are pushed down the back. Hips are high. Spine is long. When you're ready, again, either step or walk to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold again. Swoop the arms forward and up, all the way back to standing. Exhale, release. Lovely. So that's our 3 rounds of sun salutation A. We're now going to do 3 rounds of sun salutation B. So sun salutation B brings a little bit more into the body, starts to build up the heat, heart rate starts to lift. So it's a good workout just doing sun salutation B. If you find that's all you've got time for, 5, 6 rounds of this, you surely do know you've done it. So let's begin. Starting at the top of the mat, feet together, you may find your heels are slightly separated. Take a breath in, reach through the arms. Send the hips back, take a bend in your knees. Hug those ribs in, draw the tailbone down. Navel's engaged, so draw those tummy button into the body. Squeeze the thighs together. Then exhaling as we pivot all the way down to find our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, planting those hands onto the mat. Step the right leg back, followed by the left. Plank. Drop the knees, lower to the mat. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Take the right leg, send it high. Bend the knee, push your body forward, step it to the top of the mat. Pivot round on the left foot so it's nice and grounded into the mat. Come and lift. Hips are forward, so think about right hip back, left hip forward. Warrior one. Exhale, hands come back down, framing that front foot. Pivot round on the back foot. Step the right foot back to plank. Lower the knees, if that's your option today, or come all the way up onto those tippy toes. Keep that core engaged, don't drop the hips as you lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lovely, take a couple of breaths here. Think about those thighs internally rotating to allow the lower back to stretch open. Tuck those shoulder blades down the back. Lift the left leg. Bend the knee. Step the left leg to the top of the mat. Pivot round on the right to ground it. Come and lift. Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1. Tuck those ribs in. Think about left hip back, right hip forward. Bend that front knee. Exhale, release down. Left leg comes back to plank. Take a breath in, all the way down to the mat. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Either pedal through the feet. I quite like this. It feels much nicer on my hips because I got quite strong, tight hamstrings. My heels find it really hard to lower to the mat. So from here, walk, step, or perhaps hop. If you're going to hop, we're going to squat down, connect the tummy to the thigh, look between the hands and step to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Folding down. Feet together. Thighs squeezing together. Lift the arms, drop the hips. Chair. Fold forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Swing the arms up to the top. Reaching through the fingertips. Hands come to prayer. Exhale through to the spine. Take a breath. You may start to feel the heat in the body. Heart rate starting to lift. I certainly am. I'm going to do that 2 more rounds. So take a breath in. Swoop the arms up. Hips go back. Thighs squeeze together. Chair. Exhale down. Inhale, halfway lift. Think about that crown of the head forward. Exhale, release to the mat. Right leg back, followed by the left. Plank. Choose your option. Drop the knees or lower all the way to the mat. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Keeping those heels nicely grounded if you can. Come and lift through the right leg. Bend the knee, step it to the top of the mat. Ground that left foot. Come and lift. Hips forward. Warrior one. Inhale. Exhale down. Pivot back on the back leg. Right leg steps back to plank. Gently lower. If you've got your knees lowered, just lift the feet and come and lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee, step to the top of the mat. Pivot the right leg round. Come and rise to warrior one. Spine nice and long. Bend the front knee. Lift the arms. Inhale. Exhale, release to the mat. Left leg comes back. Plank. Drop the knees or lower all the way down. Choose your option. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale down, tuck up all the way to downward facing dog. Oh, starting to get some heat in the body now. Look between the hands, step, jump or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Keep the hips dropped. Swing the arms forward. Chair. Coming all the way up to standing. Hands into prayer. Down the midline. Well done, everyone. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Set the right leg back, followed by the left. Drop the knees, lower to the mat. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. A few breaths here. Just find what feels good. And when you're ready, step, jump or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Sweep the arms up all the way to standing. Hands in prayer down the midline. And relax. You may have noticed I just did the last round of sun salutation A, not sun salutation B. So if you didn't notice, you do now. Okay, well done everyone. So I'm really starting to build the heat up in my body now. I'm actually starting to sweat. So even if you just do that for a few minutes, it's certainly going to build some strength through the body. But we're going to come into a little warrior flow now. So standing nicely at the top of the mat, we're going to step that right leg back. We're going to just check our alignment. So we roughly want to look down and have heel to heel alignment. Arms are long, but they're going to be roughly ankles and wrists in line. Sorry, my video did something then. So wrists and ankles in line. Take a bend in that front knee, but really ground into this back foot. So the inner arch is starting to lift and we've got a nice opening through the hips. So those hips are pointing to the long edge of this mat. Don't allow that knee to drop in, really work on this knee coming out. So really strong through the body. spine is nice and tall, so we've got head, heart, pelvis in line. Start to lengthen the arms out so they're parallel to the mat. Nice and strong, really feel like you're being pulled from one end to the other. Then send your gaze down your middle finger. So keeping those legs nice and strong, hips open, don't allow the knee to drop in. Inhaling, and let's exhale, turn the palm up of the front hand. Keeping the legs where they are, we're just going to pivot those arms back. Sending your gaze up if that feels good as reverse our warrior. Opening through the side body. Take a breath. Exhale, bring it all the way back to warrior two. Then we're going to place that forearm onto the thigh. Come and reach up with the other hand. So I'm not leaning, I'm not dumping into the thigh, still strong through the core. This arm is just gently relaxing onto that thigh. If it's good for your gaze, send it all the way up. Couple of breaths here. Now I'm going to start to straighten that front leg as I slide that hand down the shin. So come into our triangle pose. Lovely strength through the legs. Up, legs nice and straight. Bend that knee again as we come up to warrior two. Take a breath in. Start to bring the hips to the front of the mat as you pivot on the back leg. Coming into a nice lunge. Really power through this back leg, sending the heel away. Front leg is still nicely bent. Take a breath in as you step to the top of the mat. Release the hands all the way down. Lovely. So we're going to do the same the other side. So I'm going to do it from the back. So I'm going to send my left leg back. Pivot the foot round. Check heel to heel alignment. And just check your wrists and ankles are roughly in line. Keep that bent in this knee. Ground through the back foot. Come and lift through the arms. Head over heart, heart over pelvis. Reach through those fingers, feel strong. Take a breath in, turn the palm up. Reverse your warrior. Send your gaze up if that's good. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, forearm to the thigh. Come and lift and reach through the top arm. Maybe this time you can reach that arm even further forward. See if you can get some length through the wrist all the way down to the ankle. Bring the arm back straight. Straighten that front leg. Slide the hand down the shin into our Trikonasana. Revisit that bent knee. Swing the arms back up to warrior two. Inhale, pivot on that back foot. Come and face the top of your mat, push the heel away. Nice and strong. Power that back leg, step to the top of the mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, release the hands back down to the body. And just allow the breath to start to soften. Close your eyes. Just take a couple of moments for the heart rate to relax. Gently tuck the chin to chest. Draw the tummy into the body, then the knees, as we start to roll all the way down to stand seated. Once your hands meet the mat, just take one leg back, then the other. Tuck toes together. Widen the knees, send the hips back to the heels, and just take a couple of breaths in child's pose. Think about those nice, slow, long inhales, and as you inhale, really send that breath to the back of the body. And as you exhale, maybe those hips can just drop a little deeper towards the heels. And when you're ready, just coming up and just sitting your bottom onto the mat. We're going to send our legs nice and long. Coming up onto those seat bones, so nice and tall through the spine. And just gently place your hands either side of the hips. If your hands don't quite reach, you can grab a couple of books just to lift the floor slightly higher. Again, if your hamstrings aren't long, you may want to keep that bend in your knee. If not, just lengthen through the legs. Push the heel away, sit nice and tall through the spine. Tuck the chin in. Dandasana staff pose, very active pose. It looks nothing, but it's quite active. So I'm not rounding through the back, I'm not sat like this, I'm right up onto those seat bones, so I'm always leaning forward slightly to create that length through my spine. Swing the arms all the way up. Take a breath in as you exhale, reach up, forward, and then come down. Just placing your hands wherever they wish to meet. Gently lower, release the head, neck and shoulders. And then just come and bring yourself all the way back up. Take a bend in the knees. Just allow the knees to drop to the side as we come into our cobbler's pose. Interlace the fingers and just draw them underneath the feet, just to draw that spine long. So I'm pulling against my feet, really feel the stretch down through the neck, through the trapezius. Just give some nice stretch through the muscles of the back. Just take some circles through the neck. And just do any movement that feels good here. And coming back to the center. And then just start to pivot forward. Finding again your maximum effort, release the hands. And just come as far down as your body allows you to do today. And pushing yourself all the way back up. Just placing your hands under the knees to draw those legs in together. Just send your left leg long. Take your right leg, placing it into the thigh, as up close to the groin as you can. Keep this foot nice and active, and again, take a breath in, reach all the way up. And as you exhale, we're just going to fold forward and over the straight leg. Release the head, neck, shoulders. Coming all the way up. And just swap flex the other side. Activate that foot, reach all the way up. Inhale, exhale, fold over the other leg. And again, your hands might only come to here, which is absolutely fine. Or they may come all the way down. And coming all the way back up. Drawing this knee up. And come to your mat. Feet nicely planted. Hips about hip width apart with your knees. Draw the arms up. And gently just come and lower yourself to the mat. All the way down. Release your hands. And just coming into your relaxation. So just choose whether legs long or knees bent. Turn the palms up. And let's just take a few moments here together. So hopefully you're finding some time for the relaxation with no distractions. Just start to allow the breath to soften. Just allow the breath to come to its natural rhythm. Feel the heart rate gently relax. Feel your head nice and grounded into the mat and a gentle curve into the neck. Shoulder blades are nice and grounded. And just feeling contact with your hips to the mat. And allow the head, the back, the hips, the legs to feel completely heavy, as if they're melting into the mat beneath you. Feet just fall wherever they wish to be. Just noticing the rise and fall of your belly as your breath comes in and out. Just relax the jaw. Relax the skin across the forehead. Relax your face. Relax your eyeballs. Just allow them to sink a little deeper. Just spending a couple of more moments here, or as long as you wish, in your final relaxation. If you want to sit here longer, I invite you just to press pause on the video. And staying here for as long as you feel you need today. Bring the legs together, bend the knees. And just rolling over onto a side that's comfortable for you. And just push yourself up to a seated position. Gently close your eyes and just take a cleansing breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Draw your hands to the heart and namaste. Thank you everyone. I hope you've enjoyed that little home practice, and I hope to be delivering you more. Again, just take this as many times as the week as you want. You'll start to learn the sequences of the sun salutations, of the warrior flow. And again, you'll probably be able to do it then without my aid of the video. But love you all. Have a lovely week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.